Sir, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to participate in the discussion on the budget. So, at the outset, I would like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister in charge of Finance for having presented this budget speech in the House. So, I sincerely wish the government achieve its target to making Meghalaya a $10 billion economy and create even more than 5 lakhs jobs to the people. Because I know this will really ease the burden that we as public representatives are carrying, which is the aspiration of the people, sir. So, however, we know that we are here to discuss about the budget estimates, which we can see the actual achievement in the next financial year. So, therefore, the road to achieving these targets depend largely on the availability of funds, as normally stated by the government from time to time, and the efficiency of implementing the various projects, programs. So, which is why, as members of this August House, we used to notice the difference between the budget estimate and the actual budget. Many a time, we find that the actual budget is either more or less than the budget estimate. There is no guarantee that the actual budget will be exactly like the estimates, especially for the state like Meghalaya. So, as we know that the state's own revenue is too meager, the government has to rely largely on the loan to ensure for the success of the schemes, projects, and programs. Therefore, sir, I want to focus my speech on the source of the revenue of the state. It has been noticed that the government is taking a loan to repay the loan. So is this not something that we are already fallen into a debt trap? Going by the present trend and also the observation of the Auditor General in its report tabled in this August House, 21-22. The AG has observed in page 52 of this report that in absolutely monetary terms, the overall debt of the state of Meghalaya has increased by 62.22%. The primary reason for spike in debt ratio during 21-22 was on account of significant increase in internal debt. So, of course, I'm not saying the government not to take a loan, because I know we need to take a loan to supplement our own income. So, what shall we do in a kind of a situation where we are not a state of being self-reliant? So I feel that we need to identify the projects, programs, or missions that are less important for the time being to invest. So our Honorable Chief Minister in the last session assembly, he said that his government has created a record as far as spending is concerned. I know that spending is necessary, but the question is how and where we spend the money. Is our spending fruitful or productive? These are the questions that we need to ask. So, in this connection, I would like to tell the Honorable Chief Minister that the attempt on his part to justify the large number of political appointees is not acceptable. For a revenue staff like the state of Meghalaya, even 1 lakh is a huge amount if its expenditure is not productive. So, for example, there are 3 economic councils, I would say, bodies that the state government had constituted. And these are the Meghalaya Economic Development Council, MEDC. Second, the Meghalaya Commission on Resource Mobilization. 3, the Meghalaya Resource and Employment Generation Council, MREGC. These are supposed to be the economic bodies to help to guide the governments in framing the economic policies and in dealing with the economy of the state. However, sir, we came to know that these councils have not had any meeting in the last 5 years, whereas the expenditure incurred on these councils were crores and crores of rupees. So this, I feel, is a waste of public money. So I want to go to the magnitude of debt as reflected in this budget document. To justify my statement that the financial condition in the state is not as safe as stated by the Honorable Chief Minister. Sir, in page 36 of this budget document, here it reflects the loan taken by the state government from the government of India, open markets loan, floating loans, and the total amount of loan as of today, minus from the government of India, is about 13,000 crore 55,864. There's a jump when we look at the loan taken in the last financial year. This is 23-24, sir, sorry. And when we look at the present this budget estimate, we see the jump of more than double. The principle that the government is taking from the open market, according to this 23-24 revised estimate, the principal is 44,000. This is in lakh. And the interest is 88,595. It's more than double. And again, now the government is taking 87,300 for this budget estimate, and it is estimated that the interest will be 94,106. So therefore, sir, when we look at the balance as on 31st March, according to this budget estimate, only from the open markets, the loan will reach up to 14,000 crores. 14,000 crores, 122 plus minus lakhs crores, sir. So, sir, I feel, and when we look at the ability of the government to repay the loan, it doesn't matter if you take the loan as long as you are able to pay it. But when we look at the repayment of the loan, sir, here it is reflected that out of 13,558 64 lakhs, the loan on 23-24, the government was able to pay only 2,156 crore out of 13,558 crore. And in this budget estimate, it is reflected that the loan, as I've mentioned earlier, will be 15,524 crore, and the repayment will be 2,733 crore. So this is what the AG had observed when it studied the budget of the state government. Therefore, sir, I feel I have seen the budget statement that you have presented, how beautifully you have made and tried to impress the programs. Yeah, it is a laudable exercise that the government is doing. But the question is that, can we really achieve the targets? Because even in the past, there were many good projects that the government have highlighted in the budgets. But I don't know how many of those projects have been able to see the light of the day. So therefore, sir, I would strongly urge upon the government, because I feel if the government is not taking any corrective measures, then the state is going to be in a deep trouble as far as the financial condition of the state is concerned. So, sir, there are a few areas that I would like to suggest as far as the spending is concerned. First, I have already expressed about the political appointees. I hope that Honorable Chief Minister will not go for the political appointees just to secure his chair. Maybe that is the dynamics of politics of coalition government. But his first concern, sir, should be for the interests of the people and the state. I would salute if our Chief Minister take a drastic step to debate and to change the course of direction of a financial graph as far as the debt is concerned. Sir, I am not saying that you should not appoint anyone as political appointee. I'm not saying because I didn't get the chance to be one of the political appointees. But during 2010, let me remind this August House, I resigned as the chairman of the MMDC because I oppose the excessive appointment of political appointees, which has cost dearly the state's exchequer. You can appoint some which you feel who can contribute to the growth, to the economy of the state. But not the manner in which now you are appointing any Tom, Dick and Harry because they are belonging to a specific political parties who are in the government, that you will give them a reward. We cannot accept that, sir. Sir, another spending that the government can avoid, purchasing of new vehicles. Every year the government is purchasing new vehicles and new vehicles. Is it necessary for all the ministers, high-ranking officers to requisite 4 or 5 vehicles? What about using a pool car? So, another spending that we can avoid is about organizing festivals. Why does the government take upon itself the responsibility to organize these festivals? The government can hire it out to a private individual or parties, and government can get benefit out of it. At the most, the government can take care for the security so that no untoward incident can take place. And these small saving, I am sure, will be able to help the government increasing the debt repayment. You may say that 12 lakh is nothing for the chairman, vice chairman, so on and so forth. But if you calculate in 1 year, how much it will come? In 5 years? We are a financial staff state, sir. So, another spending that we can avoid is about foreign trips. Why make it, sometimes whenever we are becoming MLAs or ministers, it seems that without this, our representative, what can I say, without having gone to a foreign country, as if we are not a public representative. So I know that crores and crores of rupees have been spent It may be a small amount if you consider in the numbers, but for our state, it's a big amount, sir. So another spending or another area where the government needs to tread very carefully is the duplicacy of schemes. The government has to ensure that there is no duplicacy of schemes. Now we have a housing schemes, for example, and again we have a Chief Minister housing schemes. So in this situation, we have to be very, very careful that who are the beneficiaries that are going to benefit from these two schemes. Some people may take advantage because maybe they are close to the Chief Minister. They may also go to the department. They can avail both. So if we can streamline that, no duplicacy of schemes will be allowed to take place. That also will save the state's exchequer. So I feel it is the duty of the government also to work very hard, make a concerted effort to plug all the leakages as far as revenue collection is concerned. We've seen a lot of leakages. Unknown people, unknown person, they are collecting money on the highways, asking the people to pay them 30,000. I was told, I even talked to the Deputy Commissioner of Ribai District. I even talked to one police officer. What is this? I want to know. You tell me why you allow these people to collect 30,000 from these business people who are bringing chickens from outside the state. People would prefer to pay to the government 10,000 because they know that they will get a receipt rather than to pay to these unknown people. The government must also ensure that no extortion is taking place on the highways. We have seen reports are coming every day. People are confusing whom to pay. There are toll gates belonging to district councils. There are toll gates belonging to the Syiem, the traditional chief. There are toll gates belonging to the state government. But they don't issue receipt to the people who are to pay these extortion, I would say.
Honourable Member.
Therefore, sir.
Honourable Member, I have given you more than 17 minutes. You may please cut short your thing.
Okay, sir.
I'll give you 2 more minutes, please.
Okay, sir. So,
because when you stood up to speak, there were only 4 names. Now I have received about more than 15.
Okay,
16.
sir. Thank you. You have given me 17 minutes. Otherwise, I had the thought that if you interrupt me by 10 minutes, I will decide not to speak anymore in this August House. Because we are discussing about financial matters, sir. We are giving our views and opinions to the government. So therefore, before I resume my seat, sir, I feel it is very much important for us to understand how much fund we have in hands and how much we need to take a loan in order to be able to execute plans successfully. There has to be a striking balance as far as the budget of the state is concerned. So, sir, with these few words, I resume my seat.
Thank you. Now may I call upon Mayralborn Syiem, MLA, to participate in this budget discussion.
Honorable Speaker, sir, thank you so much for allowing me to participate in the discussion on the budget that has been placed by the Honorable Chief Minister, the budget for 2024-25. So we have seen a very positive and a people-friendly budget that has been presented. As a responsible legislator of the state, we understand the push and pull within the political system that we have, the financial constraint within the state, even though we are not a surplus state, but the government, under the able leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister, have tried to present the budget which is people-friendly and to stress upon, especially on the sector like education, health, empowering the youth, the women, and so on. A positive note, it has been seen in the budget speech, especially the initiative that has been taken. And we have seen the safety and security within the state that has been installed in the last few years. Also, the security of the government employee, the pensioner, different personnel, school teachers, the Anganwadi workers, the ASHA workers, and many stakeholder agencies that are there in the state. So the plan and the initiative that has been taken, where Meghalaya will be a $10 billion economy. It is ambitious, but to me personally, I'm optimistic that it is achievable, and with all the stakeholders on board, I'm not wrong to say that this is a positive step and we are toward a positive direction from the government for the benefit of the people at large. Looking at the different allocation that has been earmarked by the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister in charge of Finance, we have seen considerable allocation has been made towards education, and especially a special emphasis has been put towards youth empowerment, youth development, where around 2,853 crore has been earmarked only on this sector, which is quite commendable towards the benefit of our youth. And at the same time, the issue with regard to the support to the youth also, we have seen it is on a right track. So the initiative like giving focus for floriculture, for state organic mission, the program like Focus, the Prime, Syiem Elevate, to support the Women Network, Green Meghalaya, Syiem Scholarship, Skill Meghalaya, and many other initiatives that has been taken. Even though to few it might sound so artificial, but in reality, if you can really deliver, this is the kind of initiative that the present day generation government has to take. And project that has been focused, like the mission health infrastructure, mission education, improve the border heart, tourism project, construction of new secretariat at the administrative city and the knowledge city, Wamkra riverfront skill innovation hub, new urban parking, 750 digital libraries. I have said in my opening remark, it is ambitious, but it is doable, and we are on the right track. So with regard to few issues, when we talk about the housing for all, one of the ambitious project of the central government, the PMAYG, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin, where there are still many beneficiaries that have been left out. We have seen as a legislator, we experience in our own constituency where people from the poor background, they still come ahead to get the benefit out of this PMAYG. So in this regard, if the state government also could plan in such a way to address this kind of issue from the CM housing scheme, not only by giving the CGI ship, but also to consider for giving a house, a small house for the poor and the needy. In this regard, I would like to bring into the notice of the House, through you, Mr. Chairman, to the Honorable Chief Minister, where there are villages within Nongpo census town, which recently they have been denotified from their census town. The district council has denotified around 8 villages in Nong Po town, where they have been deprived till now to get the benefit of PMAYG. So I would urge through you, Mr. Chairman, that these 8 villages also, unless the central government will start the process of taking the census, where we can get the data in the SECC list, so they should not deprive for their right. At the same time, when we discuss about different initiative that has been taken by the government with regard to urban transformation, there are huge investment in Shillong or in Tura or in Jowai or any other area which is under the municipal corporation. When we talk about urban transformation, it is quite ambitious to me also as a legislator of one of the district headquarters, Nong Po, which is a census town, but there is no municipal corporation. So I would urge through you, Mr. Chairman, sir, to the Honorable Chief Minister, to find out ways and means from the urban sector to look at the census town also, to focus on the infrastructure like linking road or the footbridge or the footpath or the retaining wall and other necessity within Nong Po town to address the issue that we need to do, because at present the ID scheme from the urban department, it is very less amount that has been earmarked. At the same time, as has been mentioned in the budget speech also, sir, that around 108 crore has been earmarked, that every district headquarter, they have to have an auditorium or a convention center. So I would urge through you, sir, to Honorable Chief Minister in charge of Finance, to please consider for Nong Po also to have a up-to-date auditorium as a present-day generation we need in this district headquarter. And also the issue of one of the issue about urban, the housing for poor in Nong Po. There is this housing for poor which has been set up by the urban department. So I would like the Honorable Chief Minister to look into and to speed up the work so that those beneficiaries enlisted to get to stay in this housing for poor within Nong Po town also, they will get the chance to stay there. With regard to power and energy, which is very important component within our district, within the state, and we have seen the initiative that has been taken through the solar mission, which is ambitious, and I hope that through the solar mission also, special provision will be there to specially look for those villages which are really unconnected, unelectrified in different area of the state and especially in our district, Riboy. And also, I would like to take this opportunity through you, Mr. Chairman, to the Honorable Chief Minister for the speedy setup for the 132 kV at Nong Po and 32 kV substation at Umden. So with regard to when we talk about healthcare, it is very important that one of the institutions that has been there in Nong Po, which is not functional till now, even the Honorable Chief Minister himself has visited, that is the trauma center in Nong Po, being a highway. There is untoward incident every now and then, and we need this center to be made fully functional at the early as possible to make the healthcare close to the people, as we have seen the provision within the budget also for setting up more PHC and CHC also. I would like to urge that through you, Mr. Chairman, sir, that Umshaken Sub-Center to be upgraded to Umshaken PHC in days to come in this present budget. Also to ensure that the specialists and different doctor at Nong Po Civil Hospital to be in place to cater to the need of our people at large. And one of the ambitious projects that has been placed, that is the Chief Minister Rural Connectivity Program, which is around, that has been earmarked, around 150 crore. I hope that the Chief Minister will consider the proposal that we will be sending and to be considered within this financial year. So when we talk about double farmer income, you have seen different initiative and project that has been placed, like I have said, Syiem Elevate or Prime or Focus, to the local weavers, to the local artisan, and many individual or cooperative society or SAG. And I hope that the genuine individual or the genuine SAG will be selected through different agency or department at the ground, so that those genuine women weavers, especially in Ribhoi, they will get the benefit out of it without any partisan, so that the real and genuine weavers and artisans, they will get the opportunity. At the same time, I would like to urge through you, Mr. Chairman, to the Honorable Chief Minister, this very important program, Syiem Elevate, if it could possible, to extend the last date, because there are many weavers and artisans who keep on calling me till yesterday and today also, that they are still eager to apply for this very important program. When we talk about to support women network, it is very important to understand. We understand the NRLM project by the central government to support SAG in the villages through the village organization. And we have seen the considerable increase from from 60,000 SAG in 2018. Now we have around 437,000 SAGs across the state, which is a good sign, and the help which goes directly to the women at large, it is of a great help to them. I would like to urge through you, the Chairman, sir, to the Honorable Chief Minister to explain and elaborate about to support on structure engagement with traditional and new women network.
Honorable Member, please shorten up the speech,
Yeah,
as you've crossed
a
15
few
minutes.
points. To support the structure engagement with traditional and new women network, on this point, I would like Honorable Chief Minister to elaborate more so that the people at large will understand, and this August House also will get benefit out of it. As I have said in my opening remark with regard to support to the youth, thank you so much to the Honorable Chief Minister and the Honorable Sports Minister also for sanctioning the synthetic football turf at Nongpo in Umbuda. Thank you so much through you, Mr. Chairman, sir, to the Honorable Chief Minister and the Sports Department, and also the proposal that has been sent to have a standard stadium with a synthetic athletic track and a natural football ground at the district headquarters in Nongpo to be considered in days to come. Sir, with regard to few clarity I would like to get from the Honorable Chief Minister is that on the leveraging 665 kilometer of already deployed optical ground wire, which is at para 4.4.3 page 22, we would like to know the benefit that we will get out of this ambitious scheme or mission that will be take place. When we talk about empowering youth, once again, selection of important sports club or Seng Samla or the group, we have to be very proactive so that we'll get the real and genuine youth group to be benefited out of it. When we talk about one important point about the library for children and adolescents for 750 villages, this is a very important program. It relates with education and adolescent and will build the future career of our young people. Where 162 crore has been earmarked, this is a very welcoming step, and I hope out of this 750 villages also that will be taken up, where important villages from my constituency also will be considered to set up this ambitious library for children and adolescents at different villages. Last point, sir, with regard to education, we have seen positive steps has been taken by the government with regards to having an infrastructure at the village level for the government LP school that has been left out for so many years. So my point here is that now those who have been graded at grade A, the work has been started, and there is a major minor repair for the grade B, C, and D, which has not been started till now. I would urge through you, Mr. Chairman, sir, that the government will speed up to this process to make this LP school functional, or to make it more lively for our children and parents to send the student. And also, with regard to the issue of deficit teacher or the non-government teacher in that pattern, where the list has been taken by the education department to regularize for those, not many people are there, but I would urge through you, Mr. Chairman, sir, that the government will consider for regularization of those teachers under deficit pattern in the government in the LP section to be considered at the earliest. Before I resume my seat, once again, I would like to thank you and the Honorable Chief Minister for placing this very people-friendly budget, and I hope that it will address the dream and aspiration of the people of the state.